Hello students, in the last class we have discussed about the scope of the syllabus. Means in this paper of geometry, what the articles and main topics we are going to study that we have discussed in the last class. Now in this class we will revise some of the basic concepts and important formulas that we are going to use frequently in this paper. So this is our preliminaries class. We will discuss the preliminaries, means the basic things that we require and that we have already discussed and studied in the 11th and 12th standard, and now we are going to use it in this paper. Therefore, first of all, we will revise those things and then we will proceed in the next class. Okay, so let us begin with the coordinate of a point in a plane. So, coordinate of a point in a plane. See here, we know that in a plane that is in the two dimensions, the position of a point is determined by an ordered pair x, y of real numbers. This is a ordered pair. Ordered pair means, first of all, pair. Pair means it comprises of two components, x and y. Here x and y can be any real numbers. Means they can be integers, positive, negative, zero, non-zero, fraction, integer, rational, irrational, any one. Okay, so x as well as y are any two real numbers. So this is a pair x, y, and it is a ordered pair. By the ordered pair we mean the order is important. If we write down x, y as a one ordered pair and other as y, x, then definitely x, y and y, x represents the different ordered pairs for us. Okay, so position of a point. Suppose we have, as it is shown in this one figure, so let us suppose that we have two axes. One is the x-axis and other is the y-axis. I have drawn only the positive directions of x and y-axis. Okay, there may be negative. Obviously, we know that they are the lines, which means that they are up to the plus infinity and minus infinity. So we are considering only the, first of all, only the positive directions, means in the first quadrant we are discussing at the first. Okay, so let P be any point in the plane, means in the two dimensions. Suppose its coordinates are x, y. Then obviously we know that what x and y represents here. So x, y. So x represents the x-axis, the x coordinate, and y we call it as a y coordinate of the point P. But what actually x and y coordinate of the point P means to us? So for that purpose, we know that if P is any point in the plane, then suppose from that point P, if we have drawn a perpendicular on the x-axis, if we draw a perpendicular from the point P on the x-axis, then foot of the perpendicular means this point. Okay, here it is, the foot of the perpendicular will be obviously x. Then we say that the x coordinate of the point P is x. Similarly, if we draw a perpendicular on the y-axis from the point P, okay, a perpendicular is drawn from the point P on the y-axis, then foot of the perpendicular will be at this point, and this point is y. So whenever we say that the coordinates of the point P are x and y, which means that the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point P on the x-axis falls at x, and similarly foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point P, or the line, if it perpendicular line from the point P, if it is drawn on the y-axis, then it meets the y-axis at the point small y. And obviously we know that the intersection of x and y-axis is the origin that we denote by the O, origin. Okay, so it is this. Now if we want one example, then obviously suppose P is a point having its coordinates. Suppose coordinates of the point P are 3, 4.8. Okay, if P is a point having coordinates 3, 4.8, then obviously this distance, which one? This x is the point 3. This will be the point 3, and this y will be the point 4.8. Likewise, which means that the distance of point P from the perpendicular distance of point P from the y-axis The perpendicular distance of point P from the y-axis is called as the x-coordinate, and perpendicular distance of point P from the x-axis is known as its y-coordinate. So likewise, we have the x and y coordinates in 2 dimensions, that is in the plane. Now, what happens in case of the space, that is in the 3 dimensions? Now that we'll discuss. Now let us see what happens in case of the space, that is 3 dimensions. Okay, so have a look at this figure. Observe this figure carefully. In 3 dimensions, that is in space, we consider to locate or to determine the position of any point in the 3 dimensions, that is in space, we consider 3 mutually perpendicular lines, which we call them as the axes. So let us suppose that x dash o x is the x-axis, then y dash o y is the y-axis, and z dash o z is the z-axis. Okay, these are the 3 mutually perpendicular axes. You have to visualize this. As in case of the room, we have the corners. Similarly, this is that type of structure. Okay, so then consider any point P in a space. Suppose this is the point P. I have drawn this here. Okay, this is the point P. If P is a point in the space, then we make a construction as such. Okay, so means from the point P we have drawn a plane which from the passing through the point P we have drawn a plane which is perpendicular to this one, y o z plane. Now before going to the planes y o z plane and so on, see here the plane which is enclosed in x o. Okay, the plane which is inside x axis and y axis, which is it is x o y, this plane. Okay, which I am showing here, the plane x o y, which is enclosed here, it is called as the xy plane. The plane which is enclosed in x and z axis, it is x o z, means this plane, this is called as xz plane. Then the plane which is enclosed in y and z axis, it is y o z, means this plane, it is called as the yz plane. To clearly understand this one, you have to visualize it in the 3 dimensions. Okay, this is a 3 dimension, this is the figure which is to be visualized in the 3 dimensions. So this one. Then obviously similarly we have the negative directions. Negative direction of x-axis is denoted by the x dash. Negative direction of y-axis is denoted by y dash, and negative direction of z-axis is denoted by z dash. We have to distinguish between the positive and negative directions. We have indicated the positive directions by the arrowheads, as it is here for the x, for the y, and for the z. And negative directions we are not indicated by the arrowheads. Okay, they are limitless to the negative direction also, but to distinguish between the positive and negative directions, we have made this change here. Next, let P be any point. Obviously we have discussed about the x, y, y, z and z explains. Okay, I will mention those names here, x, y, y, z and z explains. So this one, this is the plane which lies in the x and y axis, is the xz plane. This is our xz plane. Then a plane which lies in the y and z axis is this one, it is the zx plane. Y and z, it is yz plane. Yz plane. Then the plane which lies in the z and y x axis is the zx plane, also called as the xz plane, but we will consider it as a zx plane. So this one. Now next one. Now let P be any point in the space, as we have denoted here. Okay, let P be any point in the space. Then passing through the point P, we have drawn a plane. This is that plane which is perpendicular to perpendicular to the YZ, which is parallel to the YZ plane. Okay, passing through the point P, we have drawn a plane which is parallel to the YZ plane, and that plane is this one plane. Similarly, passing through the point P, we have drawn a plane which is parallel to the XY plane, and that plane is this one which I am showing here. This is a plane which passes through the point P and is parallel to the XY plane. And passing through the point P, we have drawn a plane which is parallel to the ZX plane, and that plane is this one. Passing through the point P and parallel to the ZX plane is this plane. Okay, so like such we have drawn three planes which are parallel to the given three coordinate planes. Then obviously from this we conclude that if x, y, z are the coordinates of the point P, okay, obviously that we are x, y, z are the small x, y, z, means those are the real numbers. If x, y and z are the coordinates of the point P, they in the space obviously, then what is x? Then x is nothing but then this much distance. Which distance? From the point P we have drawn this plane. That plane is perpendicular to the x-axis. Then this intersection point is obviously x. Then this is the x. Okay, coordinates of this point will be the x, 0, 0. Similarly, this plane passing through the point P and parallel to the zx plane means which intersects the y-axis at this point, and this point will be we have the real number y as its value, and coordinates of this point will be the 0, y, 0. And similarly, passing through the point P, if we draw a plane which is parallel to the this one, which one? XY plane, then that plane is this one plane, and it intersects the z-axis. Where it intersects the z-axis? It intersects the z-axis at this point, and at this point we have the value on the z-axis as the real number z, and coordinates of this point will be the 0, 0, z. Okay, so like such. So how we can say that? So if P is a point in the space having its coordinates x, y and z, then x, which is its x coordinate, is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the YZ plane. Okay, it is equal to this much distance. So that distance, which distance? This distance is same as this distance, as this is a rectangle. So therefore, if P is a point having coordinates x, y, z in a space, then its x coordinate is x, which is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the YZ plane. Similarly, the y coordinate of point P is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the ZX plane. Okay, perpendicular distance from the ZX plane. And similarly, the z coordinate of the point P is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the XY plane. It is this. Z coordinate is nothing but it is this much distance. This much distance means it is perpendicular distance from the XY plane. So like such we'll mention this, as this is important, and you should know what the XYZ represents if the coordinates of a point are XYZ. Okay, so we'll mention it here. Okay, so x coordinate of a point P is x coordinate of a point P. What is it? Is the perpendicular distance of point P. Perpendicular distance of point P from YZ plane. Similarly, y coordinate of point P will be the perpendicular distance of point P from the ZX plane. Okay, from the ZX plane. And finally, the Z coordinate of the point P is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the XY plane. So it is simple to remember that to obtain the x coordinate, we have to consider the perpendicular distance from the YZ. YZ means in the YZ plane, x is absent. So for the x coordinate, perpendicular distance from the remaining two means YZ plane. Similarly, for the y coordinate, perpendicular distance of point from the remaining two means ZX plane. And lastly, Z coordinate means perpendicular distance of point from the remaining two means XY plane. So like such we have, okay, distance. So obviously, what we have seen here, so if P is any point in 3 dimensions, that is in space, then its position is determined by ordered triplet. These are 3 in number, X, Y, Z, so they are called the triplet. Okay, this is ordered triplet. And ordered triplet, or we can say triad. This is the ordered triad. As the order is important, therefore ordered. And as there are 3 numbers in 3 numbers, therefore it is called as a triad. So in case of the plane, position of a point is determined by the ordered pair. But in case of the space, position of a point is determined by the ordered triad of real numbers. These x, y, z are the real numbers. Okay, so like such we have. And what then x, y, z represents? If x coordinate of the point P is x, then we say that it is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point P from the YZ plane. And y coordinate of a point in space is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point from the ZX plane. And Z coordinate is nothing but it is the perpendicular distance of point from the XY plane. Likewise, we can determine the position of a point in the space. We will also mention some important points here. Okay, as we have already drawn a diagram, so we'll mention some important points here. Which are those important points? See here. So in the XY plane, if you take any point in the XY plane, then it's in the XY plane y coordinate is 0. Okay, so XY plane has its equation. Equation of the XY plane is nothing but it is y equal to 0, as every point in the XY plane has its y coordinate 0. So y in the XY plane, z coordinate 0. So equation of the XY plane is z equal to 0. Okay, in the XY plane, each point has its z coordinate 0. Therefore, equation of XY plane is z equal to 0. Similarly, in the YZ plane, each point has its x coordinate 0. Therefore, equation of the YZ plane is x equal to 0. X equal to 0. And finally, in the ZX plane, each point has its y coordinate 0. So therefore, equation of the ZX plane is y equal to 0. Okay, so these are the equations of 3 coordinate planes. Equation of XY plane is z equal to 0, equation of YZ plane is x equal to 0, and equation of ZX plane is y equal to 0. Next, now if we consider the x-axis, okay, this x-axis is the intersection of 2 planes. One plane is XY plane and the other plane is ZX plane. As this one you can consider here. Okay, so as the x-axis is the intersection of XY plane and ZX plane, therefore it satisfies equations of both planes. Okay, therefore every point on the x-axis has its z coordinate 0 as well as y coordinate 0, as that point also lies on both planes XY plane and ZX plane. Therefore, equations of x-axis are, okay, what are the equations of x-axis then? Therefore, the equations of x-axis are y equal to 0 and z equal to 0, as it lies on both these planes. Okay, y equal to 0, z equal to 0. if these two equations, obviously both are the equations of planes, if these two equations are considered simultaneously, then they represent the x-axis. Similarly, if we consider the y-axis, this is our y-axis, positive as well as negative direction. Okay, then on the y-axis is nothing but it is the intersection of xy plane with the yz plane. Okay, the intersection of xy and yz plane is the y-axis. Therefore equation of y-axis will be the equation of plane as well as equation of xy plane as well as equation of yz plane at the same time. So which means that equation of y-axis are z equal to 0 and x equal to 0. Okay, we'll mention. So equations of y-axis are, what are the equations of y-axis? Equations of y-axis are x equal to z equal to 0 and x equal to 0. Here the order is not important. Z equal to 0, x equal to 0 can also be written as x equal to 0, z equal to 0. And similarly, as z-axis is, the z-axis is the intersection of yz plane and zx plane. Therefore, equations of z-axis are x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Okay, equations of z-axis are, what are the equations of z-axis? Equations of z-axis are x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. These are the obviously equations of two planes. The intersection of these two planes is the z-axis. So likewise, we have the equations of x, y and z axis. Okay, so it is this. Now, next one, we'll consider some points here. Okay, so just for the understanding purpose, suppose we have some point here having its coordinate. Okay, we have suppose one point. We will represent that point here. Suppose this is some point in this. This is some point in the space. Okay, and suppose its coordinates are. If the coordinates of this point are 2, 3, 1. Okay, we'll consider the coordinates of this point as, suppose coordinates of this point are, x coordinate is suppose 3, y coordinate is suppose 1 and z coordinate is suppose 1.7. Then what is this? It means that if we draw a perpendicular from this point, suppose this point is, we will denote by the q. If coordinates of the point q are 3, 1 and 1.7, then it means that from the point q, if we draw a perpendicular plane, a plane which is perpendicular to the x-axis, then it intersects x-axis at the point where this one we have the x coordinate 3. Okay, we have the coordinates as the 3, 0, 0 on x-axis, y and z coordinates as we have seen just now. On the x-axis, y and z coordinates are 0. So therefore this point will be the 3, 0, 0. Okay, so this point will be the 3, 0, 0. 3, 0, 0. Similarly, from the point q, if we draw a plane which in perpendicular plane to the y-axis, then foot of the perpendicular is 1, which means that if we draw a plane as it is shown earlier, so that plane is to be drawn in such a way. Okay, so if we draw a plane, that plane will be as such. Then it intersects y-axis at this point, and this point has its coordinate 1, as the y coordinate is 1. And similarly, that plane, if we draw a plane through the point q, which is perpendicular to the z-axis, then it will intersect the z-axis at point. That plane is to be drawn in such a way. Okay, so it will intersect the z-axis at this point, and this point will be the 1.7. Like such, we have the one example also. We have seen one example also of this, how actually the coordinates of a point can be determined in space. Okay, so it is this. So like such we have. Okay, so it is this. Next one, we'll move to the some important formulae that we are frequently going to use throughout this paper. To begin with is the distance formula. Okay, distance formula in 3 dimensions that we'll see here. We know the distance formula in 2 dimensions. So, distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points. And also this is called as a distance formula. That formula which we are going to get is called as a distance formula. Okay. We are aware with the distance between 2 points if the points are in the plane. So if the points are P having coordinates x1, y1 and Q having coordinates x2, y2, and then the distance PQ, which is the distance between points P and Q, is given by the formula PQ is equal to the under root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. This is the distance formula that we know for the 2 dimensions. For the 3 dimensions also, in the 11th and 12th standard, you have studied the distance formula. So, just we'll revise it. We'll mention it once again so that it will be recalled. So, distance formula in case of the 3 dimensions we are going to study. Okay. So, if P is a point having its coordinates x1, y1, z1 and Q is another point having its coordinates x2, y2, z2. Okay, if P is x1, y1, z1 and Q is x2, y2, z2. Okay, coordinates of point Q are suppose x2, y2, z2. This one. Then the distance PQ, okay, is given by the formula. How it is given? So it is given by the formula. That formula we are going to call as a distance formula, and it is PQ is equal to the square root of what? x2 minus x1 bracket square root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square plus z2 minus z1 bracket square. So this is the formula which we are going to use to find the distance between the 2 points. This is our distance formula in space, which means that if we have 2 points in the space, one point is suppose here having its coordinates, this is suppose point P having its coordinates x1, y1, z1. Okay, suppose this is our point P having coordinates x1, y1, z1, and another point is Q having its coordinates x2, y2, z2. These are any 2 points in the space. Okay, if these are any 2 points in the space, then distance between them is obviously given by the formula. That formula is PQ is equal to the x2 minus x1 square under root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. This is the distance formula that we have. Okay. Now one special case of this we will discuss, and that special case is about the if one of these points is origin, then what happens, that we'll discuss. Okay, means the distance of a point from the origin, that we'll see. Suppose that we have a point in the space. Okay, suppose we have a point in the space, and we'll consider the 3 coordinate axis, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. When it is required, then only we will draw the negative directions. Otherwise, it is not necessary to draw the negative directions every time. Okay. Suppose these are the xyz axis. xyz axis. X-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This is suppose our x-axis. This one is y-axis and this is z-axis. Okay. Suppose we have some point in the space. That point is here. And coordinates of that point are suppose x1, y1, z1. And suppose this point is point P. Suppose P is a point in the space having coordinates x1, y1, z1. Then the distance of point P from the origin. Obviously, the coordinates of origin will be, as origin is the intersection of all three lines x, y and z, this axis. Therefore, at the origin, so it will satisfy the equations of all three lines, as well as the origin is the intersection of all the three planes x, y, y, z and zx plane. Therefore, as it lies on all three planes, therefore it will satisfy the equations of all three planes. Therefore, coordinates of origin will be 0, 0, 0. Okay, so coordinates of origin are 0, 0, 0. Now, consider that we have this one particular point P. Okay, we have a point P in a space. Then, to find the distance of point P from the origin, as usual, we will consider a line from origin and up to the point P. Okay, we will consider a line from origin to the point P. Suppose that line is this, which I am drawing here. Okay, this is the line from origin to the point P. Then, obviously, this is the line OP. Then, the distance formula. What the changes occurs in the distance formula? See here, our distance formula was PQ equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. Now, suppose this origin is our point Q, then in place of the x2, y2, z2, there will be 0, 0, 0. So here it becomes 0 minus x1 bracket square. 0 minus x1 is x minus x1 and minus x1 square is simply x1 square. Plus, similarly 0 minus y1 bracket square will become y1 square. And plus 0 minus z1 square, this will become z1 square. And therefore, the distance OP in this case will be equal to. Okay. So, the distance OP in this case will be equal to the distance OP. Distance of point P, x1, y1, z1 from the origin 0, 0, 0. Now it becomes square root of or under root of x1 square plus y1 square plus z1 square. This is the special case of that distance formula. Now next one, we'll move to the division of the join of 2 points, means the section formula. Okay. Next one is the division of the join of 2 points, that is the section formula. Now let us suppose that there are 2 points in the space, and those points are point P having its coordinates x1, y1, z1, x1, y1, z1. Suppose this is one point in the space, and the other point in the space, second point, is suppose Q having its coordinates x2, y2, z2. Okay, let us suppose that P and Q are the 2 points in the space having their coordinates as mentioned here. Then let us consider the segment PQ. Okay, consider the segment PQ. And suppose there is one point, that point is suppose R, which divides the segment PQ in the ratio m:1. Okay, PQ. Suppose we have the point which divides the segment PQ in the ratio m:1, and that point is here. This is the point R. Okay, and suppose this point R, divides the segment PQ in the ratio m/n. The ratio is suppose m/n. m/n. m/n is the ratio. Okay, which means that PR/RQ is same as the m/n. Okay, this ratio. So if this segment as this point R, okay, let R means point R divides, let R divides segment PQ in the ratio, in which ratio? m/n. In the ratio m/n. Then coordinates of point R are given by, how the coordinates of point R are given? So coordinates of point R are given as R is a point having its coordinates. Okay, coordinates of the point that which divides that line segment. So if its x, y, z coordinates are suppose x, y, z. Suppose its x, y, z coordinates are denoted by small x, y, z. Then x means this small x will be equal to the mx2 plus nx1 this okay, which is a ratio this. Okay, it is equal to x coordinate of the point R will be equal to into x2 plus n into x1 divided by plus n. Okay, so it is given by mx2. Formula for the x coordinate is mx2 plus nx1, mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Then similarly we have the coordinate for the y coordinate. Formula for the y coordinate will be the my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Okay, next one, and the z coordinate of the point R will be given by the formula mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. So these are the formulae for x, y and z coordinates of the point R, and obviously this is called as the section formula. So see once again, if R is a point which divides segment PQ in the ratio m/n, then the coordinates of point R are given by the formula x coordinate is given by mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, y coordinate is given by my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n, and z coordinate is given by mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. Like such we have the section formula. Okay, so one special case of the section formula is the midpoint formula. What happens if this point R is at the mid of the line segment PQ? Means if it is here, which is at the center point of the point PQ, then obviously the ratio PR/2, then in that case the ratio PR/2RQ will be 1/1, and in that case the value of m and n will become 1, and in that case the point coordinates of R will be the 1 into x2 plus 1 into x1, which is simply x2 plus x1 upon 1 plus 1 means 2, and similar changes occurs to the next y and z coordinates also. Okay, that will mention here as it is important. Many times we are going to use that midpoint formula also. So that will mention here. So if R is a midpoint, if R is a midpoint of segment PQ, okay, then coordinates of R will be, coordinates of R means X, Y and Z. Coordinates of R in that case will be equal to the x2 plus x1 can be written as x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Then y coordinate will be given by y1 plus y2 divided by 2, and z coordinate will be given by z1 plus z2 divided by 2. Okay, and this is called as a midpoint formula. This formula is generally called as a midpoint formula. Like such, we have the midpoint formula also. Midpoint formula. This is our midpoint formula. Okay, midpoint formula is this, which are just mentioned here. This is the midpoint formula. Okay. So today we have discussed about some basic concepts and formulae that we have already studied in the 11th and 12th standard, but as those are important, so therefore we have revised them. So we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class with next articles, which are the direction cosines of a line and a useful relationship between the direction cosines. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you.